Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 7 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos in this series, the previous series. They will be linked in the description below. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, like and comment. Let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe for more videos. So if we just want to hop into episode 7 here, we're just taking a look at our coal train. Did a lot of decorating on this line. We have a ton of money because I let it run. Make sure that we got that time moving. I let it run as I did a lot of this stuff. So you can see that we got a couple really deep cuts through here. I think it looks really good. Kind of cleaned up the entrances to these tunnels. Went ahead and decorated up this this rail stop. You know, kind of cleaned up the iron line a bit. You know, made a nice tiered cut on either side here through this hill. I, interestingly enough, didn't have an iron cargo asset, so I'm gonna have to look into that. See if I can get one. Because, you know, I came down here and added in some coal, but I didn't have any iron to add on, so that'll be interesting. Cleaned up these ports on either end of this iron delivery. And this is working really well. We're getting a really good amount of iron down here. I think we could probably even afford to get another ship on there. But one thing that I'm noticing is that we've got a pretty big disparity between the iron and the coal. So we might want to think about getting a second iron train on here. And in order to do that, we would probably go ahead and double up this portion of track up to this tunnel. Maybe double up again up to this major fill that we had to put in. So, you know, maybe to about here. And then maybe double it up from kind of here on. Not sure. But I'm just going to let that run. There are other things that I want to get to in this video. So one thing, if we come over here and we check these stops out, we've got a ton of people at this center stop at Stafford. Pretty good amount of people here. See if we can see where our train is. Train's leaving up here with a completely full load, and still left a ton of people on that platform. So I want to go ahead and expand this train. So if we come down to this depot, let's just see what we've got as far as passenger vehicles. Yes, we still have. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an entire another train onto this line. So now we'll have 2 trains running, and they're pretty well spaced right here. So I think that will work. And if you remember, at one point we had 2 trains on there. And we just ended up having to, or we just ended up moving them over. I think it's this one, yeah. And these have 4. And I just realized that I can move these closer together. So I'll go ahead and do that. Perfect. So now that's got roughly a full load. This one does as well. I'm just going to stop this train for a second. Oh, pretty close. Just to have these space out a little bit. So once this leaves Stafford, we can go ahead and let that run again. And again, just want to get those spaced out a little bit so that they're not eating away at their own passenger counts. Cool. All right, so some things that I was hoping to do today. One is I would like to establish fuel production here and deliver it into Newcastle. And I think we're going to use this oil well here, and then this oil refinery. So this is going to be a really long delivery, but it's going to be extremely profitable. Okay, and that's leaving now, so we'll go ahead and start this guy up. That guy should have full load. Yep, and there's already a full load on the platform. Perfect. Okay, so let's come over here and let's think about how we want to do this. So we go ahead and get a cargo harbor. Spin this around. And I want to get it like as far out into the water as I can. And if we come in here and configure it, we'll need a cargo platform and a large landing. Now we'll just need to go ahead and get a road in here. See that? That looks pretty smooth. Perfect. So that's in catchment there. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing down here. So again, I want to get it as far out as I can, roughly. And we'll get a harbor platform in here. We'll get a landing. And now let's go ahead and connect it with a road. So if we come up to like here, connect that in. That's in catchment there. Nice and smooth road. Perfect. And now we will need a harbor right here. So just thinking about where I want to put ship depot. So I'll probably put the ship depot in like right there. If we put our cargo platform there, delete that out, put in our large landing. Just trying to line that up. Looks pretty good. And now we can go ahead and put our depot in right about there. That looks good. Comes right up to that road. We can clean this up a little bit. But those are all in catchment of one another, so let's come in here and establish our new line. So we'll pick up crude there, bring it up here to pick up, to drop off and get oil, refined oil, and then we'll come up here. And at the Horsham port, where we're picking up crude, I want to wait for full load. For maybe 120 seconds. It's really not gonna matter. Just because that is... Just trying to think how long I want them to wait. Maybe 30 seconds for a full load down here. Actually, I might just have them take whatever is there. Which means that this first run is not going to come back with very much oil. Let's see. This is going to be a shipping line, and we'll say, because this has a bunch of stops, I'm just going to call this Newcastle. I'm just going to use the final stop as the name, and this is going to be Newcastle crude and oil. And I don't really like that yellow. We'll make it kind of a teal color. Now let's go ahead and get a ship on here. So for this, I'll probably use the Newcastle. It's our fastest ship by 2 miles an hour, and it can carry fuel. Let's go ahead and get one of those onto that fuel line. take a second to see our ship that gets cut in half by our door. Looks really good. Great, so we're gonna let that run for a little bit, but we do need to set up what is this called? A truck station here to deliver the fuel into Newcastle. So if we spin this around here, that in there, that should be close enough to be in catchment. Put a storage building in there. Add in some one-way streets. Now we'll connect that up. Now if we come down here, we can check out where we need to drop the fuel. So they're going to come into town, and I might have them drop right here, then leave. So from this stop over to here, and I'll make that orange, and I want them to wait here at the fuel refinery forever. And this is going to be Newcastle Fuel. It's going to be a truck route. You can see we've got tons of passengers waiting for this fuel. This can carry 5. These both can carry 5. They go the same speed. So I'll just get 3 on there for now, just so that this sees the demand. And you can see that we've already got a ton of crude up here. So probably when this ship gets right down here in front of Newcastle, I will go ahead and add another ship on. But as far as what I was just saying, we've got a ton of people waiting at both of these stations, about 60. So I was also thinking about getting a rail line running through here. And you can see that the terrain is going to make that pretty interesting. We're going to have to kind of weave a rail line around here, maybe jump up in between these two contours, come back down, come into here, and maybe jump up here, and kind of follow this road right in here. So let's try and figure that out. I'm going to take that road out for just a sec so that we can see. Do we want a terminus station here, or do we want to do one that with a pass-through? Maybe a pass-through, because we might be able to get down to Farnborough somehow. You can see what this is doing to the terrain. If I make this a 240-meter station, let's see if I go into this terrain view here. Man, this is really going to be cut in here. Could put it like down here on the coast, but then I would have to jump the road at some point, which isn't the end of the world. You know, I could do like an accurate crossing right there. I don't know. Like, let me see if I spun this around here. It's doing some pretty major terraforming stuff. Trying to find the best place to put this. Put it in like right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in right here. And then we're going to have to do some stuff with this, this terrain. Let me come through here, go to our terrain tools. Make this a little bit smaller. over here. I'm just going to smooth this out. But now we have a nice spot here where we can lay our road. And now we need to connect this in. So if I take this over here. Connect that in right there. And if I wanted to connect this down here, that's a really steep hill. Could connect it in down there. Let's see, is there a point? These contour lines are pretty close together, so if I try and smooth this out a little bit, if I bring this out straight a little bit further, it's really steep, man. So what if I bring this out straight a little bit further and I force it to go down? Maybe to there. See that is still really steep. Might even have to bring it out further. Get that good connection. It's not ridiculously steep. Yeah. I think that's going to have to be what we do. And now, let's go put in the other station down here at Newcastle. This should be much easier. We don't have nearly the terrain to deal with. And is there a reason that I would want this to continue on? I mean, maybe it could jump over there, but I'm thinking probably not. I don't really know. I'd probably just have like a ferry there to jump people across, so I'll probably make this a terminus station. And if that's the case, I'll probably just put it right onto this road here. Could even put in a new road. Let's see when we're gonna have to curve. Yeah, we're gonna have to curve pretty soon, so probably just put it in there. And then that's where we'll have our stop. And just kind of thinking ahead, we're gonna need a way to circulate through here. So I'm gonna put a road in right there. Okay, perfect. That's developing. Now let's go into our terrain view and start laying this track. So we'll want to get up onto there, up onto this terrain height. And now I'm probably going to do most of this in this terrain view. You can see we have a road here. I'm just going to back this out so that it doesn't get in the way. That's building up pretty well there. I don't know if I love that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't really want that to dip down. You can see that's a pretty major height change. So I'll probably just go with it for now. Let's see where's our ship. Oh, it's all the way down there. Let's get another ship on there. Did he grab any fuel? I assume not. Yeah, none. But he dropped everything off, so it'll be on this platform down here. Okay. Now, back into our terrain view while we lay this track. We want to come right down here. That is colliding with this road. Alright, so why don't I come from out here? I come to about there, and then back this out. Then I go to there. Alright, let's see what this looks like. So we've got a pretty, actually a pretty minor cut through there. This is connected in. Runs down here. We've got a little bit of a cut here. A little bit of a fill. Cut. Pretty major fill right here. Series of cuts. Looks pretty good though. If I'm being honest, all things considered. So now let's connect up those stations. I'll use the dark blue because we're going to get rid of that passenger rail line. And I think we've been waiting for 60 seconds for a full load on these trains. Oh, we just got an electric trolley. Let's see what that's for. Hang on one sec. So this is going to be a rail line. And this is going to be Horsham to Newcastle. Perfect. Okay, so now we just need to figure out where we're going to put our siding. So if we look at our terrain, probably put a siding right here and then branch it in, although that's a pretty major fill, so that's not really at ground level. Could put a siding in over here. But I'm not sure if I necessarily want the siding in the city right here, although that could look interesting. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see how that looks. So if I get a depot, spin this around. Just trying to think if I could fit. If I can fit all this stuff. I could put the siding in here and then branch it in this way. Yeah, let's try that. So if I spin this around, put that in maybe there. And then I go ahead and put a signal in here. So this is not going to be a one-way. So it'll go in right there. How does that look for grade? Looks pretty good. Not bad. And now we're going to want to put another track in here. Like that. And now let's go ahead and get a train onto this line. So we had about 60 passengers waiting. So I might go with a general to start, and we'll just see how that does. So for passenger cars, maybe 4. And we'll get them on that line. So now if we come into here, we go all the way down to the bottom to our passenger car 1850. We're going to want 4 of these on our siding. We'll go ahead and get 4 of those. And now let's go in here to our road line and let's sell all these vehicles. Then we can come in here and delete it. Delete that. We can delete these bus stops. And truthfully, I should have held on to those and just switched them over. But so we'll have a stop there, and now we need to circulate through here. So that has almost no catchment. So I might put a stop here, and they can circulate down maybe to here. then maybe up through there. Like that. Make this like a red color. I'm not going to adjust any of the stop criteria for this. And this isn't going to be a truck route. This is going to be a bus route. This is going to be Horsham bus to train. Now we need to get some vehicles on there. So if we go to passenger, might get 2 to start. And now we need to set up another stop here. So for buildings, we're going to want to stop right in front. Then maybe circulate around here. Do with a stop there. Stop all the way down there. So we'll make a new line. We'll do that. Maybe I'll make this a dark red also. And this is going to be a bus route. This is going to be Newcastle bus to train. Now let's come over here and get some, again, maybe 2 to start. See, did I add the right guys? Yeah, I did. We got one ship coming back here, 100 fuel, and the other also heading down with 100 fuel. There's 50 waiting on the platform. Perfect. Now we should start to see some passengers arrive at these bus stops. Yep. And we've even got 14 people here already waiting. See if we can smooth out some of the terrain in here. Look how much land this house had to build up in order to develop. This is an interesting spot built up on this hill. But anyway, cool. That train, it should do decently well. Eventually, anyway. Once it gets set up. Let's come down here. Let's see. Are we still struggling for iron? Definitely. So why don't we go ahead and get a second iron line onto here. So to do that, I'm going to double up this iron track pretty far out here. And then merge it in right before this tunnel. Let's go ahead and get some one-way signaling going on here. Like that. Just make sure that that split that line. It did. And then could probably do another set of double tracks through here. Bring them right up to this tunnel. And I'll probably bring them right up to this fill. And I think we can make that an even better curve. Yeah, right up to like there. So now we'll need a signal coming there, one way, and a signal right here. Sure that split the track. It did. We are definitely going to need to step this. Let's cut. And then from there, I'll probably double up this fill. Let's see if I branch this off, maybe here. Like that. Bring bring this down, we'll have 2 tracks crossing. Let's see, if I bring it right before it curves, I should be able to get a pretty good merge into here. Trying to make that as smooth as I can. Now let's get some signals on there. One way. One way there. And now just really quick, I'm going to clean some of this up. Just because this track was looking so good. We'll just clean that up a little bit. Gotta clean up in between the track too, because if you can see, we get some grass that pokes through in between. I just want that to be cleaned up a little bit. Now let's come down here. We'll do the same thing. Let's kind of clean this up a little bit. And now we can go ahead and put in this this little cut right here. So I get this nice and small, kind of pick like a mid-level terrain height. Bring it out to maybe there. Bring it out to maybe there. Come in here, get rid of some of these trees. Then we can come in with a bit more ballast. Add this in here. And this ballast will kind of push up to this second cut height. That. Need a little bit of it there. Then I like to come back over to this grass, make it like a 0.3, just kind of a little bit of grass on that flat part. I think it makes it look nice, kind of growing through a little bit. Let's see, we just missed a little bit of grass right there. Just go ahead and clean that up. Nice. Okay, so that looks really good. We ruined this pretty well. What I'll probably just do is through here with a little bit stronger or a little bit bigger brush. Pull that back out. Nice. All right, so what did we get here? We got steam tarpaulin trucks and steam flatbed trucks. Oh, and then I also got that. I go into buy vehicles. Yeah, I think I got a tram. I kind of want to use it. So where would be a good spot? I'm trying to find one of these stops that has a pretty good amount of passengers. 28, 3, 1. 42 people there. I feel like just nobody is getting picked up there. Where does this route run? So why don't we come through here and make this a tram? We have tram tracks. Running like that. And then we make this a tram. This is going to be Dudley Tram to Train. Now we get a Tram Depot. spin this around and put it in. Might even put it in like right next to this. Man, the Tram Depot is so much bigger than the road depot, interestingly enough. Might just put it in right there and then kind of smooth out some of that terrain. Let's see here. What did we get? So we have the horse-drawn streetcars. That's not what I want. I want a new San Diego trolley. And how many vehicles do we have on here right now? 2. I'm going to sell those. And if we come in here, how much capacity do those have? 5. So now I might get 3 of these trams. Interesting. Ooh, trams. I like it. Probably unnecessary, but I think it'll be fun. This train's running really well. We're making a ton of money. I think that's this oil line. Yeah, we just made a delivery. Pretty good amount of oil down there. Let's see how these ships are doing financially. They're getting paid $1.09 million for that oil drop-off. It's huge. That's enormous. And they're losing like 130 times 4, so 520. Yeah. So they're doubling their expenses with just the oil drop. I love these little trams. Pretty cool. I honestly might want to get a 4th one. Because that stop is getting hit so hard. So I'll add a 4th one onto that line. Truthfully, this stop could really have a tram with the capacity. So why don't we do that? I guess it's turning into a tram day. I didn't know that it would. So this, what is this? Retford bus train. We'll make that a tram. This will now be Retford Tram to Train. How many vehicles do we have on there? 3. Let's go ahead and sell those. Pause real quick. Want to get a Tram Depot. Has to be somewhere on these tracks. We have a little bit of industrial buildup here. I might be able to sneak it in like right here. So let's get maybe 3 trams onto there. That should work. We got a ton of people waiting up here. These trains are doing pretty well. Just making sure that I decorated that cut. Alright, sweet. I like the trams. Trams are good. See how this is doing. Oh, wow. Yeah, we need way more capacity on this bus line. Why don't I get probably double that and get 2 more? How's this one doing? 1 waiting here, none here. And truthfully, this stop is not necessary. I'm going to go ahead and delete that stop. And then if we come in here, I'm going to get rid of Kingsway. Truthfully, I really don't even need that. I mean, this has such good catchment. This is like the only area. I might leave it just so that we have full coverage, but what I am going to do is come into this line and sell one of these ones. And then if I come in here, I'm going to have them wait for... not here. I'm going to have them wait for a full load at this other stop. Maybe 60 seconds. But that bus line is probably not going to do well, just because this station has such good catchment. That just left for 33. 18 waiting down here. Truthfully, 56 is probably overkill, but it's doing fine. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh, you know what I just realized? We set up the other track for our iron train, but we never actually got another iron train. Let's do that. Get another iron train on there. And then we're going to need to add another siding. Go ahead and do that. Now we can clean up the grass in here at the siding. And then we can come into these cars and get more 850 US gondolas. That's 4. That's 8. $12, $14. Nice. And those trains are actually spaced out really well, which is good. He's coming in with an empty load, but should get another load on there. And this platform has a ton of steel on there. So what I think I'm going to do is come into this shipping route, and I'm going to switch this out for a higher capacity. Probably won't. Newcastle, it's got 100. What I'll do is I'll probably just get another riggy on there. So we'll wait for him to kind of get closer down here, and then we'll add another one on. Cool. So, what are some of the other things that I wanted to do? So, one thing is I want to start developing I wanted to start developing up here a little bit. So one thing that I was thinking is we could do a little passenger line running between these 3 locations. I don't know if I want to do a road connection. The problem is once you do a road connection, you can never get rid of it. And I'm just concerned for, traffic in the future. But I would also love to run a passenger rail line all the way up this coast and up here to Spennymoor. I think that would look really good. Yeah, so why don't we do that? And I would definitely make this a pass-through station. Again, just so that I can continue it up if I want to do that. So if I put that in there, then I come in here with a road. Probably going to delete this road out altogether. Pause the game really quick so that they don't redevelop too fast. Now we'll run this road here. Maybe branch it in right here. Sorry about that house. See what that slope looks like. It's not too bad. Just come through here and smooth that out. It's a pretty good elevation change right there. But now we're going to run this track down, and we already have a station in at the other end. See, we're gonna want to run all the way over there. You put in this bridge first. Right there. Then I'll connect that up. See, bring this straight across. I like to make my bridges straight when I can. Now let's look at this terrain here. I'll probably want to sneak right behind there. So to do that, I'm just going to move some of this road. Just back that road out a little bit. Let's see how close we can get behind here. Gonna want a bridge there, and that gets us up pretty high. I'm just gonna build that, and I kind of want to see how it looks. It looks kind of interesting, so let's roll with it. What it is going to mean is I'm going to have to back this out, because this grade is going to get pretty steep. Like, if I connect that in there... Not too bad, actually. Got a little bit of a fill here, but then we kind of get up to elevation, and we cut across there. Want to do another bridge there. Now I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see if I curve this around here. Back this track out a little bit. Awesome. Yeah, that's sweet. That'll look interesting when I clean it up off camera. But I think that's a really cool looking rail line. So now this is going to be Spennymoor down to Coinsbrough. Make this like a red color. And so this is going to be a rail line. And it's going to be Spennymoor to Coinsbrough. And I definitely want them to wait for full loads at either end. Just for a little bit. And that's already got a bus line laid out. This one need one? Yeah, it looks like it's going to need like a stop down here. We'll add in a bus stop right there, and then maybe a stop like right here. Bouncing in between there. We'll make this like a blue color. And at Springfield Road, wait for a full load for maybe 60 seconds. And this is going to be a bus route. And it's going to be Spennymoor bus to train. We're going to have to get a depot in over here. Let's get a road depot. Just trying to think. Our industrial seems to be over here. Makes me want to put it over here. I just don't know where I would put it. If I spin it out there, that kind of pushes out. Bar. Maybe I'll put it right there. Let's run again. Now I'll just get one bus on there for now. One stagecoach. Now we need to put in a little siding. Not too much terrain to deal with over here. A little bit of a hill. Put it on this side. I can come in here and put this building in like right here. Right like that. Gives us a pretty good amount of room. Curve it in like this. Merge it in like that. Not a one-way signal. Right there. And now let's just go ahead and get our track in right here for our siding. Nice. Now we'll just clean up this grass. Let's see, did we have a... Thought I saw like a deer running through here. Anyway. Passengers, steam. I'll probably go with a general to start, as we do. Then maybe 3 cars on there to start. And we'll get that on the Spennymoor line. Now we just want to come all the way down here. Get our 1850 US passenger car. 3 of those on there. That waiting for. Waiting right there. So I might put a non-one-way signal in right on either end of this station, so that that should allow them to pull right up to the station. And truthfully, I might want to double track this station, because that's a really long. Passenger platforms. Then I want to put some covers on here. And some underground crossings. Where are these lined up? There. There. That means I can actually get rid of that signal. Then we'll bring that into there. And now at Coinsbrough, this is going to go to platform 2. Should have no issues. Coming down here. Let's see. Yeah, we've already got some passengers wanting to go up to Spennymoor, which is great. honestly, this is not a good location for this bus stop. Just looking at the catchment right now, that would be a much better bus stop. So here, don't go here. Go up here. And wait for a full load for maybe 60 seconds. Yeah, I think that's going to be much better. Because this area is a little bit outside of the... See, now we're not serving those. There we go. All right. That is the final setup that we're going to go with. 60 seconds, wait for a full load right there. Let's see, this guy, how many people did he pick up? 9? It'll take a little while for that to develop. But all right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. And I think we got a lot of cool stuff done. Really excited about this oil line. I think that's going to make us a ton of money. Whoa, 45 people. Wow, that is doing really well. Train's still not quite full. Excuse me. But, 45 people, really. Might put in a tram. Again, today turned into a tram day. It's kind of funny because I didn't think that it would. Where's this going? It's going down there. Go like that. Now we're gonna need a tram depot in here. This is going to be an interesting one to shoehorn into this super hilly city. Smooth that out as best as we can. And now on this Horsham bus to train, sell all these vehicles, and I'm going to rename this. It's going to be a tram route. It's going to be Horsham Tram Train. Come into here. I might get like 5. Yeah. Awesome. Getting some trams in here. I really was not expecting this much demand at some of these stops. So we'll see how that functions. But all right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for sticking around and watching. Having a lot of fun making these videos. You know, I love this series. It's great. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it. And as always, like and comment. Let me know how I'm doing. And subscribe for more videos. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.